Hi guys, this is the NKSMR. Today we're going to do a video about the F1 drivers, and we're going to be doing a tier list about the performance of each driver during the 2021, 2022 season basically. So this is basically based on my opinion of like how have they performed in the machinery they've been given. So basically we're going to rank them from F all towards S. S is like amazing basically, and F is just not good enough. Basically horrible, horrible. I think we all know who's going on F. So we're gonna start by going with Wan Yu. So Wan Yu has been a rookie in this 2022 season, going to to Alfa Romeo. Um, and he has been really great in my opinion. He has been um shocking me honestly, like in a good way obviously. I think he has performed somewhat better than we are expecting him to perform, because he was seen as a paid driver, which is something I didn't really agree with. I think he was great, especially during the second part of the season. I think he has been better than Valtteri. So based on him being a rookie in 2022 and just making the jump, I think we can put him on a solid B tier. As I said, I think he has done a really good rookie season. We're gonna go with Vettel. I think Vettel has been given really poor, a really poor car basically. The Aston Martin this year has been improving, but has been nowhere near what it could have been, honestly. Especially given the fact that Aston Martin has invested so much in these next 3-4 years. So I think we have to give him another B. I think he has been great, not amazing, but just he has performed some good races, some good results. So I think it's only fair to give him a B. I think. So Max Verstappen, of course, I mean, he's gotta be S tier. Um, as much as we want to say that the Red Bull has been the fastest car, which it has been, honestly, he has been the best driver out there. I mean, he has performed every race insanely good. He had quite a few problems at the start of the season, but the guy has been only getting better, and he's just so clear of anyone else really. He's really ambitious. He's really young. He's really fast, good at qualifying. Um, he has it all to basically get a lot of world titles, unless Red Bull fail to deliver good cars. But I think that's nowhere near the reality. I think Red Bull will still be making the faster car probably next year, although Mercedes is catching up. So it's only fair to give him an S. He has been what, like, I don't know if it's like 13 or 15 wins, but it is an insane amount of wins. So Yuki Tsunoda, I think it's a C tier. I think we all expected more, even probably a D tier. I think we all expected more from him. No, let's give him a C tier. I mean, he had great races, but overall he has been poor. I mean, same issues as last year. I was expecting him to make this lap forward, like just to probably even win over Pierre, but it hasn't been the case. I think. I don't know. I mean, the AlphaTauri this year has been obviously worse than last year, but still, I think both drivers have been they haven't been any good. Lanza, pretty much the same. He has done a few good races, but overall, I think Vettel has been better, basically. And I think he's good in when it rains, but in a normal weekend, he's not up there really. I mean, at all. This is Mick. I have to put Mick at like D tier. I mean, he has been outclassed by Kevin Magnussen in his return year, and we can't really say anything about Mick. I mean, yeah, he had a great Austria race. He had a few good races overall, but it's been a really, really distant year. Like the feelings that we have had with Kevin, as opposed as with Mick. He's getting dropped, and I think it's only fair to say that that decision is the right one. Maybe he can come back in a season or two. I don't think he's ready yet. He doesn't have the pace. But yeah, I mean, unfortunate unfortunate for him because obviously he seems like a great guy, and he has great moments, but nowhere near. Carlos Sainz. So I think Carlos Sainz is an A tier driver. If we count the first 12 races, probably I would went with B or even C tier, but I think he has been improving a lot over the season. Yes, he has a lot of issues like with engine problems, him going in the gravel, but he's had a fair bit of bad luck as well. And I mean, Charles have been better, obviously, but he hasn't been as bad as Charles. I think as bad as people think he has been. I think he's been better than Sergio Perez, in my opinion. Because basically they have a little bit of a worse car, especially in the second half of the season. So I think, in my opinion, he's been solid. I mean, I wouldn't say amazing, just it's a good driver. I mean, what can I say? George, to me, George has been one of the best drivers in this season. I think he deserves the A tier, even the probably S. But he's been an impressive season from him. I mean, same way as Carlos. He has even gotten better as the season progressed, and he has been Mr. Consistent, and he's just I think he's a great guy, honestly. He's good. He has the pace. He's the future of Mercedes. So I think he's a little bit above Carlos Sainz. Um, I think he has been better. I'm the first win for both of them, so I'm happy for for them both. So Ricciardo is obviously an F tier. What a horrible season he has had. Yes, he has had a few ups and downs, but he has had like probably 18 downs and 4 ups. I remember him being fifth once one race, but he's just nowhere near um, Lando. He's just nowhere near it, and I think he's going to enjoy being the third driver for Red Bull again. Let's see what the future brings up from him. I do like him. I think he's a great driver. He just has a car that hasn't gone exactly like the way he wanted it to go, and he has been, I think, mentally a little bit off. So yeah, I hope he recovers. So Checo, um, you guys are gonna hide me for this, but I'm putting him at the top of B tier. Yes, he has 2 wins, but his teammate has like what 15. So and the gap between them is just insanely big. way bigger than any other driver. Obviously, um, ignoring Latifi. Um, so I think he has been decaying over the season. He started even on pair with Max, but he has been nowhere near Max in the last I don't know 15 races, and he has had his moments, but one of them was in Monaco, which is overtaking is really hard, and yeah, I don't know. To me, it hasn't been a great season for him. He ended up being third with clearly the fastest car on the grid, way more than the Ferrari, especially at the last 10 races. So yeah, Ocon, probably B tier as well. Worse than Joe and worse than Vettel. I think Ocon has been lucky this year. I mean, his team has had so many problems with the engine, but he has been consistent over the season. He has been picking up the points. Just he had he had a great start of the season. But yeah, so solid season from him. Cannot really say too much because he hasn't had like a like an incredibly good race. I think he has just been solid overall. Lando has been probably one of the best drivers this season. He has been arguably with the fifth best car. He has a podium. He has been up there every weekend, and he's been incredible. I rate Lando so much, and I really like him. I think he's going to be great in the future, but I think going his fate is just bound to when Hamilton retires. I think, in my opinion, he will go to Mercedes. Kevin has had a great season. Gotta put in us in the beat here. I think he has comfortably won about against Mick. He has had a pole. I'm gonna put it like a little bit up the field, probably here. And yeah, I mean he has a pole. He has a lot of points. He has been great, honestly, and we expected. I did expect a little bit less from him. He proved me wrong, and I rate him. So um, props to him. Charles has been better than. I said he has been better than Carlos, but arguably worse than Lando and Russell. I think he had an amazing start of the season. He has a lot of wins, like 4 or 5 wins, I think. But he has made some mistakes. Obviously, um, Ferrari hasn't been great at strategy, like even with Carlos. But Leclerc has the problem of not being as problematic as Carlos, so Carlos can just deny instructions and strategy calls, but Leclerc is just a little bit more. He just follows everything Ferrari said. Um, that was a bad choice. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm gonna put it at the top of A because I think he has been quick. He has been rapid, but uh, for the first part of the year, like Ferrari were the faster were the fastest. Sorry, I'm so asleep today. So I think it's been great, honestly. Latifi is an F. I think there's no explanation to do. He had only one race in the wet where he scored. That's it. Hulkenberg, I mean, I can't really rate him. Hamilton has been upgrading. He has been worse than Russell, but better than Carlos. I mean, he has been unlucky to not win a single race this year, to be fair, but he also didn't really perform like for the first part of the season. But in the second part of the season, he outperformed himself and his teammate. I think he was really good in Brazil, especially, for example. Um, yeah, man. I rate him. I think he's a great driver. But let's see how next year he can battle against George, because I think right now they're really on par level, like skill wise. Gasly has been slightly better than Yuki, but that's it. I mean, he hasn't made any progress since last year, which, I mean, it was a really good year for him. This year it seems like it was really close between him and Yuki, and I think that's bad news for him, because last year he seemed so incredibly fast, and this year it was just meh most of the races. Valtteri, I think he was great for like the start of the season. I'm gonna put it like above Joe because of the point. I think it's 49 to 7 or something like that. Great start of the season, but it has been getting worse as the season progressed. Honestly, anyways, he seems like he's enjoying himself in Alfa Romeo, and that's the important thing. He's a great driver. He can produce some magic moments, and I like that. He seems like a great and chill guy, so I think he's had a good year. Honestly, I mean, not a bad year at all, especially for Alfa Romeo. Albon has been great as well in the B tier, above Ocon, I think, because he has outperformed like his car. He has had so many good races. I think he's a really solid driver, and given just basically give him a little bit of a better car, and he will be up there, man. I really rate this guy. I really like him. There's certain drivers I think they won't achieve anything in their careers, like I don't know, Ocon for example, and Yuki for example, Stroll for example. But I think you give this man a good car and he can a midfield car, and he can maybe be closing the gap with these ones. And Alonso as the last one. This is a hard one. I think he has been an A tier, better than Sainz, arguably better than Hamilton. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him there because he's a rookie and he has so many great wins. Alonso has had um, like 3 or 4 magical moments this season, given the car he has been given basically, which is just a midfield card. He put it in the front row in Canada. He almost took it to the front row in Australia, um, and he has been just vastly outperforming Ocon, and he has had so like how many DNFs? Like 8 DNFs, I think. This guy has the worst luck possible, but as a driver, he has been amazing. I mean, what can you say about him? He's one of the goats, with probably Lewis and Vettel, of course. And yeah, I mean, he has been great this season. Let's see how Aston Martin goes. I think he'll probably I have a lot of faith in Aston Martin for next year, and I think he can be the fourth. It can be probably between them and McLaren to be the fourth fastest car, because I don't think Ocon and Gasly will be a great couple of drivers in Alpine. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, obviously it's my opinion, but I think it goes like this. Obviously, it can change, and I know that. But yeah, guys, hope you liked it, and see you in the next.